Okay, so here's the front of the house. I just drove up and parked, so there's two guest parking spots there, and then the direct entry 2-car garage. They have some really beautiful porphyry pavers down. That was an upgrade. Everything is on drip irrigation out here. And this is the closest neighbor. This is actually the house I remember seeing that was on the parade of homes. And the concern I had with this was the massive retaining walls that they had to put in to hold that hillside back. It's not so much of a problem on this side. They put in some really beautiful rock work, but it's not quite as steep. And this road is plenty wide to accommodate anything. This arroyo right here is the one that runs right down next to the house, and they did a serious amount of work to try to control the flooding here, but they did have a problem two summers ago when we had the 500-year flood. It was a rainstorm like no other in Santa Fe, and that retaining wall collapsed, the one that's just below where the porch is, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But in any case, they came and fixed all of it and set it up so that it won't ever happen again. All the trees are on drip irrigation, and all the above ground sprinklers that you see is to seed the native grass, which you can't really tell right now. Obviously it's winter time, but that should be established within the next year or so, and then they'll remove all of these sprinkler heads, and then it'll just be kind of off on its own. I'll head down there in a little bit so you can see that these two are rather close together, but that the way that they're designed, there's really no windows exposed to either side. You can see the air conditioning unit down there, and it looks like the neighbors have a grow box. And just to show you around a little bit more, there's a couple more parking spots up here for guests. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 houses up that way. This is all has its own separate HOA in addition to the regular Monte Sereno HOA. So you pay a little bit more, but in fact, they come up and plow this road here. You can kind of tell where the plow scrape marks were. And if there's enough snow, they'll actually plow the driveway and come up to right to the front door too. They shovel part of the sidewalk. Whoa! He told me they got about 4 inches of snow out here. So the property line is probably right where you see that wall. I would say that grow box might be even a little bit on your side of the wall there, on the side of the property. No windows on this side. It is a little bit open, but that's kind of like where the courtyard is. Right over that wall goes into the courtyard, but it's very private. Air conditioning unit, mechanical room. I'm not sure if this is open, but I will check. Yes. Okay, so there's the furnace. Hot water on demand. There's 2 on-demand systems here. One services the radiant in-floor heat. The other one services the water for the house. Very nice setup. Very clean. Looks good. I'm gonna ask about what that tank cover is right there. It could be access to rainwater harvest system, but I'm not sure. There's a hose bib right here. There's your control box for the irrigation, and the sewer line cleanouts are right there. And then I'm gonna come around a little bit here to the porch on the master, which is a really nice size. And so the rock wall kind of starts here, and then it drops off pretty quick. But you could probably find enough room to put that gate and have it come around some more. And then this basically is just gravel with some planters and a water fountain, which could be moved one way or the other to make a little bit more room. And you could easily brick this all off and make it continuous go around. But really what you need to see is that. Look at those views. So to the left is Santa Fe Baldy. It's got a good amount of snow on it. And then over to the right, you can sort of see a couple of the runs on the ski basin. Right over there is the highway, so there's a little bit of road noise. And you can sort of see a small clip of the highway right there. You can hear it just a little bit. Now, if my memory serves me correct, where I see those orange barrels down there and something looking like a new road going in is the other phase 2 of the enclave. And essentially it's going to be up in this ridge area that I'm showing you right now. So when it's done, there's going to be, I believe, 6 more homes up in this area below that ridge, this ridge. So it's not going to obstruct the views of the mountains beyond, of the Sangre de Cristos, but you will see some houses along in here. And I'm going to confirm that after I'm done and drive down there and make sure that that's actually still the plan. And we can also look on that map too, just to make sure that that's what's happening. The ceiling height, that's got to be 14 feet at least, maybe 16. Out here looks a little bit taller than the inside, but we'll figure that out when I get back around inside.